Hey guys, Jexie here. Welcome back to another video. So first I have to apologize for not uploading. I actually recorded a bunch of videos before I went on vacation, and I was meaning to upload them while I was on vacation, but then my computer completely just died on me. As it turns out, it was the charger, so I should be able to get this video uploaded. And so today's video, I'm going to actually put the two videos that I was set to record on vacation up on my Patreon because I think they may be outdated by now. So that's a bonus for my patrons. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, you can get the link in the description. But today's video, I want to talk about Jenna Marbles. And I want to talk about how Jenna Marbles is really an amazing example to those of us in recovery. Okay, so first, let me make it clear. Jenna Marbles is not in recovery for as much as I know. She's never talked about addiction or anything like that. I'm not implying that she is. There are plenty of people who have shown us real life examples of what it means to be a good person and how those of us in recovery can look to them as an example. So just because I'm going to be talking about Jenna Marbles in a recovery-related video, I want to be clear I'm not implying in any way that she's an addict or in recovery. So for anybody following recent news, or anybody who follows Jenna Marbles knows that last week she stepped away from YouTube, and she made an apology video where she apologized for videos that may be seen as insensitive to people that she had done in the past, in the long ago past. Anybody who doesn't know Jenna Marbles, she's like the OG of YouTube. She's been on YouTube for a long time, and most people call her like the most unproblematic person on YouTube. So seeing her step away and, make this apology video was quite a shock to a lot of people. So the reason that I want to talk about it on my channel is a lot of us who are in recovery have a lot of stuff from our past that we're not proud about. Addiction makes us do things that we probably would take back if we could. Everybody has a different story, everybody has a different past, but for the most part, if you're working a 12-step program, when you get to step 4 and step 9 and you're talking about all these things from your past and you're trying to come up with things that you owe amends for and stuff, many of us have a fairly long list. So seeing somebody make that amends step, right? Because it's something we can do whether we're in recovery or not, right? Like amends are amends. But seeing Jenna Marbles come out publicly and make amends for some things that nobody even called her out for. It's not like she was being harassed and being told that she was this terrible person. I'm sure somewhere she got some sort of negative comments like, look, you don't exist on YouTube with millions of subscribers and not get negative comments. It's just a fact of life. But in the whole of things, it wasn't like people were telling her that she needed to apologize, right? Over the years, she's shown that she's grown as a person, and there were things from her past that she felt like she needed to apologize for, videos she made that she felt were insensitive. And to me, like, that's such an amazing example that we can all follow. There are things in all of our past that we probably should be, that we may need to apologize for, right? Whether to individual people, to society, to our families, right? It doesn't matter. Nobody's perfect. And what I love about Jenna is that she has always just been herself, right? She's always just been who she is. She doesn't talk about drama, and she's, especially in 2020 when it seems like the world's falling apart around us, she's done a lot of videos about her dogs and just things that don't matter, right? Like silly things that don't matter that a lot of us watch because it makes us feel like everything's not going to hell, right? Watching a Jenna Marbles video makes you feel like the world is okay. And Jacqueline Glenn did a video a couple days ago about Jenna Marbles, and she spoke about how Jenna Marbles has been an example to her for a lot of things. Jacqueline Glenn was raised very religious, in a religious upbringing, and now she, speaks out about it. And, she said that although, Jenna Marbles came out and said that she felt like she had slut shamed women in the past. And Jacqueline Glenn had said how surprised she was to hear that, because she had seen Jenna as like an example of women empowerment, and I would have to agree with Jacqueline. Jenna Marbles like is one of the reasons that I felt comfortable enough sharing my own experiences with addiction on YouTube, right? She is just so herself, right? Like a lot of times, like she comes on video, she's not wearing makeup. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't, right? Just like all of us are on a regular basis. Like today, I don't have any makeup on. Some videos I do. It's just a sense of realness. And you feel like when you watch her videos that you get to know her, right? And that we've all grown up with her. I apologize if there's a lot of noise. We're having a thunderstorm right now. But seeing the way Jenna Marbles handled this situation was such an inspiring thing. I feel like if Jenna Marbles can make amends for things publicly on the internet to millions of people, then surely I can make an amends to the people in my life I've hurt through my addiction. Like, how can I possibly be so worried about making amends to, individual people when she made amends to millions? She said she was stepping away from YouTube for her mental health, and I think that's really important, right? Like, understanding what your mental health is. And well, actually, maybe she didn't say it. I think Julian tweeted it, her partner. But the fact is that like taking care of our own mental health and ensuring that what we're doing, out in the internet world isn't impacting us on a personal level. For me, making YouTube videos right now is therapeutic. It feels good. It's helping people. But if it got to a point where I didn't feel that way anymore, then I would step back, right? Like she's a real example of like what it means to be a strong woman on the internet, or just in general. She's an example of what it is to make amends, not because somebody tells us we have to, but because we feel like we should. I really believe that people like Jenna Marbles are an example to all of us on the internet, and that we need to make sure that, look, a lot of this cancel culture is because it's easier to blame others than to look at ourselves, right? It's easier to point fingers than to think about our own ways of doing things. And we need to make sure that we're not pushing away role models because of perceived bad actions, right? Like, my gosh, I think about like if my life for the last 10 years was on the internet, right? Like I've been in recovery for 7.5 years. So the years before that, like, man, I can't imagine what kind of videos I would have done during my active addiction. I would have a lot more to apologize for, that's for sure. I don't know. I want her to know, and for other people to see, that people like Jenna Marbles are a really great example to those of us in recovery, just because that's the kind of way of life that we should be striving to live. Being accountable for our actions, staying true to ourselves, speaking up when we did something wrong, and make amends as quickly as possible. I mean, these are virtues that we all strive to live, and in recovery, they're stuff that we tell people all the time are how we live life. So I don't know. I would say if you get anything from this video, it's that, we should be grateful for the role models we do have on this platform, and, thank them. If you watch a video of somebody who's inspired you, who's helped you, regardless of what anybody else says, if you don't want to say something to them publicly, send them a DM. Let them know that they helped you, because sometimes it's the negative voices that speak the loudest and that hit the hardest. It could take 100 positive things to override that one really harsh comment. So I don't know. I hope we see Jenna Marbles back on the internet. I think she's somebody we need on the internet. I know she's been an example to me in my personal life and on my internet life. And I don't know. I just felt like I had to share. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share it. You know, my goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. Will that happen? I don't know. But hey, we can try, right? So yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next video. Bye, everyone.